8 times God ends something because he has something greater coming. Letting go hurts. Whether it was a relationship, a job, a friendship, or a dream, when something ends, it doesn't always make sense right away. You ask God why. You replay the moments. You try to figure out what you did wrong or what you could have done differently. But sometimes it's not about what went wrong. Sometimes it's about what God is protecting you from and what he's preparing for you. Endings feel confusing because your heart is still attached to what you thought would last. You saw a future there. You made plans. But God saw something else. He saw what you couldn't see. He heard conversations you didn't hear. He knew the weight that relationship or opportunity would eventually put on your soul. So he ended it, and even though it hurt, that ending was his way of loving you. One of the biggest times God ends something is when you're in a relationship that looks good, but isn't good for your spirit. You think it's love, but it's really just emotional survival. And right when you're starting to settle, God steps in. Not because he wants you to suffer, but because he wants to save you from wasting years in the wrong place. He knows what real love looks like, and he's not going to let you miss out on it just because you're scared to start over. Sometimes God will close a door that you've been praying to keep open, and you'll wonder why. But later, you'll see that he was actually guiding you to something that aligned better with your purpose. He knew that if he let you stay there, it would have kept you stuck in cycles of doubt and frustration. So even though it felt like rejection, it was actually redirection. Another time God ends something is when you've outgrown a season. Maybe the people you were once close with no longer feel the same. The connection fades, and the more you try to hold on, the more things fall apart. That's not always a bad thing. Sometimes it's God saying, "You can't go where I'm taking you if you stay connected to who you used to be." God also ends things when he's trying to teach you how to depend on him and not the thing you were holding on to. You leaned on that person, you built your confidence around that job, but God wanted you to know that he is your source. So he took it away, not to harm you, but to free you from false security. He ends things when you're settling for less than he promised you. You might have told yourself this is the best you'll get. You might have adjusted your standards to avoid being alone. But God loves you too much to let you stay there. So he shuts the door, breaks the tie, and lets you feel the pain. Because he knows the blessing on the other side is worth every tear. There are also times God ends something because it was never his plan in the first place. Maybe you forced it. Maybe you ignored the red flags. And even though you tried to make it work, it crumbled. That's not failure. That's grace. Because God won't let what's not meant for you last too long in your life. And then there are those moments where the ending doesn't come with a clear reason. It just ends. No answers. No explanations. And it hurts. But even in those moments, you'll look back later and realize that it had to end in order for God to create space for the new thing he was bringing into your life. So cry if you need to. Mourn what was. But don't lose hope. What ended may have been real, but what's coming will be right. God doesn't take things to leave you empty. He takes things to fill you with what's greater, better, stronger, and lasting. Your future is still safe in his hands.